For over 20 years, Grizzly Excavating has been the Okanagan's trusted choice for civil construction, excavation, trucking, and aggregate supply. From site prep to hydro excavation, Grizzly does the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Proud sponsor of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic, Grizzly Excavating, services you can trust. Visit grizzlyx.com.
Good morning and welcome to the 9th annual Nufloors Curling Classic. We're live here from Penticton, British Columbia. This morning we are on draw number 9 and we have an exciting matchup. We have Team Reid Carruthers out of Winnipeg, Manitoba against Evan van Amsterdam from Edmonton, Alberta. The Reid Carruthers rink this morning is, or today, this weekend I should say, is skipped by BJ Neufeld. Reid is busy down in Lake Tahoe coaching the team Einerson at the Grand Slam there. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this morning. I'm joined this morning, my name is Kelly Muskogee, and I'm joined this morning by Blaine Black, a local curler and legend of the Penticton Curling Club. Welcome, Blaine.
Hey, Kelly, good to be here with you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game today. We have exciting game with BJ not that familiar with skipping, I guess, in the men's rank. He did skip back in junior in Manitoba. So this is his, I think probably the first time this year, I believe, that he's skipping this team. Evan, I know we've seen him last year. I remember doing a broadcast last year covering one of Evan's games, so a little bit familiar with that team. And obviously BJ and the Team Carruthers well known to everybody. They have Captain Schneider playing third on that team, along with Kyle Doring playing second and Connor Nevigan playing lead. On the Evan van Amsterdam team, we have Jeremy Hardy playing third, Jason Ginter playing second, and Parker Conchu playing lead. So to get started here this morning, we had the draw to the button with Blaine. You were watching the draw to the button. How did that turn out?
Both skips put the rock in the forefoot, but it was Van Amsterdam it was BJ that won the draw to the button. So he's got hammer this morning to start the game.
Okay. So we have Parker Conchu throwing the intern draw to the they're trying to go top house here. Blaine, I believe we played on this ice on Tuesday. It was fairly straight, and I know you were out last night watching fairly close, and you noticed quite a bit more movement. So it looks like the rocks were probably textured before the event, which is nice to get that extra movement.
It looks like we're going to get about 5 feet of curl. So lots of curl for these guys to get around anything. So should be exciting to lots of different shots are going to be in play.
Yeah. So we have Connor Nevigan playing the intern tap. Team Carruthers has the corner guard up. I think that'll come into play later in the end.
I believe this is the final game of the round robin for these guys. So there's some key matchups out here that are going to position some teams into playoffs, some must wins to have a hope.
Yeah, and maybe I'll just touch on the standings so far. We're playing with 4 pools, 22 teams, I believe it is, Blaine.
Yeah, 22 teams.
So we have 4 pools. In Pool A, Team Carruthers is 4-0 and leads that pool. And in Pool B, we have Team Cooey, Kevin Cooey, 3-1. I guess they are in second. Scott Howard is 4-0. And I should mention that in the Pool A, Carruthers and Van Amsterdam are both 4-0.
Both 4-0, yeah. So.
And I'll update everybody on the other pools as we go throughout the game here. So Van Amsterdam, Jason Ginter was playing the intern tap there and racked on the guard. So Neufield's team will now play the hit and roll underneath the corner guard.
We'll give some updates on the other scores as we get through the first end here.
So BJ's called the outturn hit and roll. And we have Kyle Doring throwing the outturn. Throwing fairly soft weight, Blaine. Lots of rotation. Ice like this, that after rock's been textured, you have to have solid rotation, otherwise you can't control the rock. So they're now trying to carve it over and get the roll, but just on the nose. They just had a really quiet, sort of like a bumper weight on that shot. Now the Van Amsterdam team will once again go after the rock that they went after last time when they took the guard. They're going to play the outturn hit and roll. This will be Jason Ginter throwing the outturn.
The Van Amsterdam team, they were here last year, and I think they did fairly well. I believe they made playoffs last year.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
We broadcasted the game with them last year.
Right, yeah, I think you're right, Blaine.
Good, solid team out of Alberta.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been together, like, all the guys on the team there have played at a high level before. All 4 of them. So they removed that rock in the top 12. They didn't get the roll they wanted. So Kyle Doring again, he'll be throwing the outturn on this rock, and he'll be trying to roll underneath the red, or even a long roll underneath the corner guard, the blue one.
Yeah, obviously both teams, Van Amsterdam and Carruthers, have got Briar experience. It looks like Jeremy's been to the Briar a couple times out of Alberta. Jason's been there 2 times out of Alberta, and Jeremy's 1 time out of Alberta.
Yeah.
Young team, you know, like they're in their late 20s, early 30s, so just in the prime of curling.
Yeah, exactly. Don't only be that age again.
Yeah, that's way back there for us, eh?
So again, the Carruthers / Neufeld team got fooled a little bit. The ice doesn't seem to be moving quite as much as they're expecting there. That's a few rocks in a row where they've hit it on the nose when they're trying for the roll. And this looks like another one where they're just going to be on the nose and not getting the roll underneath. So
they're just throwing nice control weight.
Yeah, they're just control weight, and they're just getting fooled a little bit. It's not moving quite as much this morning as probably was the first 4 games they played.
Could be too. They're just the pebble break, the new fresh pebble, and run a little bit of straighter. We should see a little bit more curl here as the pebble wears down.
And just for the viewers at home, these are 8-end games. They're not 10 like you would see in a Briar or an Olympics or any Curl Canada event. And Blaine, I haven't had a chance to get down to the rink here. I would assume they're extra end. It's not a shootout if it's tie after 8.
It's an extra end.
Yeah, complete extra end. So we have Caitlin Schneider throwing 3rd rocks for Team Neufeld. Caitlin's well known in the Saskatchewan curling circles. His dad Jamie was a former Canadian junior champion and also won the Saskatchewan Tankard in 1990 and represented Saskatchewan at the Briar. It was an all-brother team with Jamie and his brothers Rick, Larry, and Mike on that team. And so
he also represented BC here a couple years ago. He was with trying to think who is.
I think John Morris was skipping the team when he represented BC. I don't recall who else was on the team, Blaine, but I'm like quite positive that John was on that team.
This one's in.
Yeah, Caitlin's bounced around to a lot of teams over the years. He this is his second year on this team, and that's seems like 2 years is sort of his max on teams, and then he sort of goes to another team, and don't know if it's for better opportunities or just to refresh him, but he seems to bounce around a lot. Good player, good athlete, former football player with the English Regina Rams. So he's great sweeper. He's not that big of a guy, but he gets a lot of pressure on his broom, and he has good technique.
That is the first one,
Well, it just shows you the caliber of the Carruthers team. When BJ can step in and skip and still go through 4-0 at this point.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, BJ's been a great player throughout his career, and he surrounded himself here this weekend with obviously 2 of his regular teammates, and then Kyle joining in. That's three great support players that he has in front of him. So you get that much experience and quality of players and athletes in front of you, you're going to have success. It makes his shots, I'm sure, a lot easier. I believe Kyle might be their 5th player. When I say they added him in, I think they might be a 5-man team, just knowing that Reid was going to be gone quite a bit with coaching the Einerson team. So I believe, and Kyle's excellent player. He used to play. I believe he played with Matt Dunstone. At one time, might have won 1 or 2 Canadian Junior Championships with Matt Dunstone, well known in Manitoba curling circles.
Well, it'd be interesting too, this being an Olympic year, how the Carruthers team, can pull everything together to get to the Olympic trials, and Reid being away for some of the events that I'm sure he'd like to be a part of. I'm sure they're going to be chasing that Olympic spot.
Yeah, I haven't been following it that close. I know there was the pre-trials. I believe it was last weekend out in Nova Scotia, and then Olympic trials are coming up. I think it's back in Halifax coming up fairly soon here. And I haven't really, to be honest with you, Blaine, I haven't been.
We don't know all the qualifiers.
I haven't been following to see if the Carruthers team, because I don't believe they were in the pre-trials, so I don't know if that means that they've qualified already or not.
They had a berth already.
Trying the out turn around this corner guard still. Here's again another example of maybe just a little bit too much ice. They're going to get a little bit tucked, but not as much as they would like.
A lot of late movement.
Yeah, but I think just getting fooled a little bit by the ice right now. As the game goes on here, I'll try to share some times for some draws for those who like to know ice speed. I'll give you some hog-to-hog times. I think the vast majority of these teams, when they communicate times, they communicate hog-to-hog times, so that's what I'll share with you. So with the Neufeld team, we got BJ throwing skip rocks. Catlin's throwing third rocks, but I see that Kyle Doring is in the house and he is holding the broom. Catlin, as I mentioned earlier, very good sweeper. He's going to be sweeping all these rocks for BJ. They're just going to be playing out-turn tap on this blue one. And just with the amount of distance between the house and the rock in the forefoot and the rock out front, if they get by the card, they don't even have to get that tight. They could get the roll underneath, and that's what they're trying to get, is that roll underneath. Again, plenty of rotation. Trying to keep this straight right now. Yeah, really trying to hold this.
Be tight to the guard.
Very tight. He looks like he's by.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Great shot. Threw a little bit more weight than I was expecting, Blaine. I thought they would just try to play, just a little bit more than back line and get the roll underneath, because they got about as tight as they could. They couldn't have made that shot any better than that with the weight that they threw. So Evan Van Amsterdam will try to remove that rock. No opportunity to roll underneath this time, so he'll be trying to hit and roll to the center, or possibly roll
try to roll behind that other red guard there.
Exactly, Blaine, or roll way back behind and possibly get a force. And if he doesn't get the roll and it's wide open, it'll be potentially a blank for BJ Neufeld.
BJ's moved quite a bit. So
Van Amsterdam
you
has
guys want to keep the weight up. Make
or
sure we
Carruthers
do it.
has Hammer, sorry.
Yeah, Carruthers has Hammer in this game. I should mention the sponsors for today's game is Brentview Developments and Complete Storage out of Penticton. It's always like to thank the sponsors of these events, and of course the title sponsor, Nufloors. Blaine, this is the 9th annual Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. It's been a great event for the city of Penticton and the Penticton Curling Club, and it's always great to have this event in town. And I just look up in the crowd here, lots of people watching. It's great to see the people come out even bright and early this morning on a Saturday morning and cheer on and watch good curling.
Yeah, big thank you to Brad and Annette Wood from Nufloors that have taken this event on. And great supporter of the club and Penticton.
And that was a good roll, that out-turn hit and roll by Evan Van Amsterdam. I think he would have liked to have rolled about another 3-4 inches and take this blank opportunity away. It's not a given blank. This will be, I believe this is the first intern coming down this pass, so it might be a little bit of a guess. They probably had a chance to throw it in practice before the game. But they're going to, BJ's going to attempt the blank here.
Looking pretty good.
Looks really good.
He's got to come over a bit.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's got a piece of it. So we got a blank end in the first. There was lots of chances, Blaine. Lots of chances to get around corner guards and little hit and rolls. And like I said earlier, just got a little bit fooled by the ice. It seemed like it was just tracking a little bit straighter. So we'll monitor that as the game goes on to see if we get a little bit more movement as the game goes on. But I'm sure these skips have played enough and been around enough. They'll make the adjustments as we go, and we'll get some hit and rolls and get some come arounds as the game goes on.
That's what the pause was. Is it going to take off? Is it not going to take off?
You can hear the players talking.
It was just silence, and then Jake hit a couple of hits at curl, and it wasn't like a bad thing, but
yeah. No, I would say curl.
It's also just. It was. I think it was just.
It was just like if we don't touch his face. Like,
yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. Then it's like.
But also, yeah, it was just like us figuring out what exactly. No problem.
Maybe while we have some time here, Blaine, I'll just mention the other pools. I talked about. I'll maybe walk through the other two pools too. We have Pool C and Pool D. In Pool C, we have Maeda out of Japan is 3-1. De Jong is 3-1. Blanford is 3-1. Krell is 1-3, and Carpenter is 0-4. Pool D, we have Bryce from Scotland at 4-0. We have Stalker from Switzerland at 4-0. We have Laycock from Saskatchewan 0-4. We have Vuke at 2-2, and we have Thompson at 0-4. And just going through those names, Blaine, it's always interesting to see. We have teams from every province, Ontario West, and then we also have teams from, I mentioned, Scotland, Switzerland, and Japan. So it's great to see the teams come from all over the world, and also, Ontario West. That's a pretty good representation from the provinces.
Yeah, and normally in the past, we've had a lot of the bigger names, in this event. But there's the Grand Slam at Lake Tahoe that a lot of those players that would normally be here are playing in Lake Tahoe.
Right. Just with it being an Olympic year and Olympic trials coming up, dates have had to be moved around, and it's always a bit more complex for hosts of events like the Nufloors to find a weekend that's going to work. It makes it pretty tough.
Good.
I believe there's also on top of the Grand Slam in Lake Tahoe, I also believe there might be a mixed doubles event going on this weekend too. So that some players play on a mixed doubles team, and then they also play 4-man curling too. So that pulls them away, and then maybe their teams don't want to go without them. So.
Yep.
The defending champion from last year is the Jacobs team, who played Scott Howard in the final. Howard is here. Jacobs is in Lake Tahoe.
Right. And normally we have some teams from the States. I guess this is the one year I believe we don't have a team from the States. I know John Schuster, I believe he may have won this one year, or he was in the final.
He won this 1 year?
Yeah, and he's not here this year. So we're in the second.
Nicholas Edine.
Yeah, Nick Edine, a number of those teams.
Yeah, he's won it.
9-9. Good shot.
So we are in the second end here. As I mentioned, the first end was blanked. Second end, looks like so far, well, this is going to be an end that's played in the house.
Control.
We'll just wait for a few scores to get posted after that first end, and we'll give you an update on some of the other scores on the other sheets.
Clean. Yep.
I guess we can mention who
Girl.
is playing on the other sheets. On sheet A, we have Tanaka versus Howard. On sheet B, we have Claes versus Tully. Sheet C, the one we're covering, Carruthers and Van Amsterdam. Sheet D, we have Keltoff and Cooey. Sheet E, we have Libis and Wakefield. And sheet F, we have Dangerfield and Cotter. And as Blaine mentioned, as we get some scores posted, we'll keep everybody updated on what's happening on the other sheets.
Settle down.
Whoa.
Wait.
So we have
Curl.
So we have Jeremy Hardy throwing the outturn. That really controlled weight they're throwing. Like this is just hack weight they're throwing.
It's run pretty straight.
Yes, very straight.
Yeah.
Hacked board weight.
11-6.
Yeah.
Nice control weight.
Control.
Sweepers, bring the sweepers into the picture.
Yeah, and you see the ice that BJ put down there, almost the middle of the rock, just outside of middle. So this is really straight out here.
And again, just throwing a nice control weight.
Clean.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 10-second.
Yeah.
Clean.
Blaine, I know you and I
Girl.
played. Was it on this sheet just on Tuesday night?
Curl.
Sheet D, no.
No,
So
different
Girl.
sheet. Okay.
Sheet D.
Okay, good throw. That's nothing there.
Yeah, and I heard BJ make the comment it curled nothing there. So just really straight spot out there. Evan has taken a little bit more ice than BJ took. This could be because of release, could be the amount of rotation he's putting on the rock.
Curl.
For those at home that don't watch a lot of curling, the more rotation you put on these, the straighter it'll run.
So that rock had 6 full rotations.
Yeah. And if he has one and a half rotations, he may have missed that rock altogether. Would have overcurled.
On the
Overcurled.
Not like that.
So with Kyle Doring, now this will be a chance for BJ to really simplify the end. They're going to play the outturn hit.
Clean. Yep.
So
Really hard.
We have some scores that we can report after the first
Really hard.
first end.
Hard con.
The Howard and Tanaka game on sheet A was
Bit down,
blank first end. Sheet B, Claes and Tully. Tully got 1 in the first end.
10-8 on that. I mean,
The sheet we're covering is a blank. Sheet D, Keltoff and Cooey. Cooey pulled off a big 3-ender in the first end. And I think this is a big game for Cooey to gain his spot in the playoffs. Libis and Wakefield. Libis got 1 in the first end, and no score posted on the Dangerfield and Cotter game. Jimmy Cotter here, he's a well-known guy here in BC. I think he's been to the Briar about 10 times. He's playing, Brad Wood's playing with him, a local, and I believe that's part of their senior men's team that they'll be playing here in February in the provincial playdowns in the senior men's. And they're playing against two-time BC champions Dangerfield.
really hard.
Who will be back here in February
Right
as
to
well.
it.
So if Catlin Schneider throwing the outturn hit, a little bit more movement around that center line. The Newfeld team got fooled a little bit with the first, just one rock earlier where it overcurled and they rolled out. And that one there, even Catlin had a bit more weight and it still moved for him.
Playing this end pretty wide open though.
Yep.
Very wide open, yeah.
Nobody's getting too aggressive yet.
Nope.
Still trying to figure out the ice.
Nope.
Yep. Clean.
They're throwing the intern again, control weights. You know, they're throwing that 10 and a half second.
Safe, Jay. Good safe.
That was Jeremy Hardy, the third for Van Amsterdam.
A little soft with it again.
Hit and stick. And,
Actually, it wasn't that bad.
and Catlin Schneider will be, they're going to throw the out turn and try to hit it on the nose, hit and roll.
Clean. Whoa.
It's a pretty low pressure shot, Blaine, when
Clean.
there's no rocks in play
Curl.
and you just got a wide open hit. It's
Curl.
just
Whoa.
make it go away. And nice little.
Kind of funny seeing BJ all bundled up there in a club atmosphere versus arena atmosphere.
Yeah, that's typically.
Got a hoodie and a jacket.
Yeah.
And some, he's probably not used to skipping.
No, that's right.
Generating some heat by
Yeah.
sweeping.
That's typically Kevin Cooey you see with the hood up, and just looking at the sheet beside the game we're covering there is Kevin Cooey, and he does have the hood up. So.
Yeah.
So we have Evan Van Amsterdam going to be throwing the out turn hit, and again, this is that spot that we found really straight. Evan has taken a little bit more ice than we've seen, so it'll be interesting. He's just outside the edge of rock. Be interesting to see how this runs, and I'm a bit surprised with the amount of ice he's taken, but obviously Evan knows the way he throws it and the way his rocks react, so keep an eye on how this runs out here.
Again, a lot of rotation.
Yeah, very positive.
Yep.
They're close, they're cleaning it.
Whoa! Curl!
Again, about 10 and a half seconds. Yeah, there's another one rolled out. Yeah, it seems like they're going to need to tighten up the ice out there, because that's a few that they've rolled out.
See what it does.
Oh, big maybe?
Yeah, there's been more misses on the broom side.
Yeah.
They haven't over-curled anything at this point.
No, I think in this game so far, and we're almost through two ends, I've only seen one rock, and that was from the Van Amsterdam team, the intern, going away where they clipped the guard at over-curled. But other than that, everything has been under-curling. BJ has your typical Manitoba tuck delivery. His is a little bit more unique, just the way he keeps that rock right in tight with the bent elbow. But an accomplished shot maker nonetheless, but very unique delivery. Guys are liking it, they're just cleaning it. So that's 14.70, so ice is really quick.
Right to the button.
Yeah, that's
That is
so 14.7 to the button, and that was just cleaning. There was no heavy sweeping on that. So Van Amsterdam will just look to remove that rock, be throwing the intern hit, and it looks like we're headed towards another blank attempt for BJ Nufeld in the end.
Yeah, it's like just behind the tin.
See over on sheet F, they put up a score there, and Cotter was got a 3-ender over Dangerfield, so currently leading 3-0.
Yep. Clean.
A little bit more movement on this intern side there. With that positive rotation, that rock's really coming up.
And a blank attempt here.
It was a perfect night.
Out turn hit by BJ Nufeld. He'll be throwing more weight than he's throwing. We're throwing more of a controlled 10.5 second wait before. This will be quite a bit harder.
This is not a timed event, so
the rocks are perfect, like
time is not an issue with these guys. They take a little bit
move the house
more
back,
time
like
if they need it.
perfect guard.
Yeah. And that's going to run right down there, and
tight guard.
and we will have a blank hand. So just to recap, after 2 ends, we have a score of 0-0, and we'll be right back after these sponsor words.
For over 20 years, Grizzly Excavating has been the Okanagan's trusted choice for civil construction, excavation, trucking, and aggregate supply. From site prep to hydro excavation, Grizzly does the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Proud sponsor of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic, Grizzly Excavating, services you can trust. Visit grizzlyx.com.
Welcome back to the 2025 Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. Kelly Muscovy here joined along with or by Blaine Black, and we're covering the Reid Carruthers versus Evan Van Amsterdam game. Reid is not with us this weekend. He is down coaching Kerry Einerson's team, so we have BJ Neufeld at the helm this weekend. First, we've completed 2 full ends, and they were both blanked, so we are on to the 3rd end, and we have Connor Nevigan throwing the intern corner guard.
Line's good.
Blaine, a pretty simple first 2
Line's
ends.
good.
Like, as I mentioned a couple times earlier, for those that
Line's really nice.
those that are just joining us, the ice has
The
been
4.
fooling the teams a little bit so far. Not quite as much curl, I believe, as they had in the first 4 games they played, and
Truck on.
seems like most of the misses are on the broom side. So they'll pick up on it, and I think you'll see more rocks in play as we go on.
Yeah, right off the bat, I mean, Van Amsterdam throws the center guard and then going around it, so he's looking to play in the house here a little more.
Yeah.
Be a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
Maybe while we have a minute too, just a shout out to the team sponsors. The Van Amsterdam team sponsors are Mountain View Safety Services, Boston Peace out of Westmount, Papley Drilling, Selkirk Farms, NLSS, and Goal Line Hardline.
Yeah, and without team sponsors, some of these teams wouldn't be able to travel to events like this. So it's really important for them to get funding to be able to travel all over the country and play. You know, some of the upper echelon teams do make enough money in winnings that sponsorship isn't quite as key to them, but there's a number of teams that are just emerging onto the scene. They need the sponsorship. So big shout out to all the sponsors of the teams and to the events. And speaking of event sponsors, our event sponsor for this game is Brentview Developments and Complete Storage in Penticton. And again, shout out to Nufloors Penticton for the title sponsorship of this event. And without title sponsors, these type of events wouldn't be able to take place.
Now, there are 22 teams in this event this year. Normally it's a 24-team event, but like we mentioned before there with the other events going on, the Grand Slams, some of the teams, the bigger name teams, weren't able to get here. But the 22 teams that are here, they're chasing a $100,000 purse. The breakdown of...
Up 12.
I do know that during the round robin portion, which this is the last one, it's 200 per win. But then the teams that make the playoffs, obviously, there's substantially more money involved.
Yeah, so I believe it's 12 teams that'll make the playoffs, and they'll be chasing $84,000 will be the balance at.
Right.
Let's see if we can find the breakout.
So we have the Carruthers team throwing the intern hit and roll with Kyle Doring. Soft,
Whoa, whoa,
sort of like a controlled weight intern.
Don't change how he's throwing it.
Curl. Hard
Give me
con.
that spot too, Jared. Like,
Hard con.
Connor
Right
Nevigan
it,
trying
right
to
it,
carve
right
that
to it,
in.
Right to it.
I believe first place in this event is $20,000.
Last year, I know,
That was- yeah, it was
or actually the
2023.
2023 event, it was 20,000. I believe it's the same now.
right? Oh, you can jam
No.
it 3 times.
No. I liked your throw. Like, that's max.
Kyle
height
Doring
for
played
that.
the trying to play the hit and roll, and again, broom side
good.
rolled out.
I had 11.
So Evan Van Amsterdam's team, they're going to try to, they got Jason Ginter throwing the out turn. They're going to try and hit
only get the curl when
the
you-
corner guard and try to roll
Yeah, you
underneath.
only get the curl at like within the 4-foot lines, I think.
Again, very soft, control weight.
Trying to
Trying-
carve it over.
yeah, trying to
Try and
carve
get
it
that
over.
roll in behind the guard.
Going to get some roll. I don't think they're going to get enough to get underneath the guard, but that's a better situation. They're controlling the front of the house.
Uh-oh.
That's one thing with, they got 2 blue rocks, so Van Amsterdam is sort of in a power position right now with their 2 blue rocks out front.
3, but it might actually be 3.
There you go here.
BJ's contemplating 2 options here, either make the double peel and roll out, which could eventually lead to a blank end, or play the
So I got
intern draw
third.
around.
Thin third.
Yeah, so it looks like he's playing the double.
Yeah, I think he was looking for some team input, and I think the front end players want to play the double peel. So Kyle Doring throwing the out
Whoa.
turn peel.
Whoa, curl. 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 Oh, shit.
Oh, no, it was missing it.
And just
kicked
miss
it
it.
into
That needed to curl up another
Quarter inch.
Yeah, half inch. They would have been perfect.
It might even be easier to tap it.
Now we have Jeremy Hardy. What they're contemplating, Blaine, is just with the ice running a bit straighter today. As you heard him mention, might be easier to tap it. They're not sure if how much movement they're going to get around that center guard. So they talked about tapping it, but I think they ended up deciding just to play the straight come around.
Just come around, yeah. Like there is late finish here, so if he's, as long as he's got, top 4-foot weight, they should be able to get around that and bury that.
I'll get a time on this one, see how it's running out here. I'm guessing T-line again will be right around that 14.5 mark.
Curl when you can.
That's okay, yep.
Curl.
Looks like they're going to have to go for
Yeah,
weight.
it looks a little bit light. Yeah, that's quite a bit light.
Yeah.
Hard.
But you see that late movement
Yeah.
there. If he's,
Oh, yeah.
pretty.
That's
pretty
a very good
day.
shot for.
Yeah.
Kind of how you have to make it.
Those guys swept it
Good.
end to end.
16-1.
Yeah, 16-1. That was the same time I got. That's really fast.
3/4 high.
Catlin Schneider's going to play the intern run back.
Yep. Right to it.
Just over curled. That's one of the few over curls we've seen, Blaine. So the Van Amsterdam team will guard that rock.
A little higher than that one. Yeah.
Kelly, do you think the curl is consistent both way, in turn, out turn, like with draw weight?
It seems to be, Blaine. We haven't seen that many
I got there too, yeah.
interns going this way. I think
One's good.
it seems to be. I guess as the game goes on, we'll see a little bit more.
Well, they
Yep, straight.
so far they when they're drawing they tend to be drawn around the center line. I haven't seen anything really go out to the wings yet.
No, we've seen just a couple hits to the wings, and I guess that one there was going to the wings. It wasn't way out there, but yeah, I think as the game goes on, we'll see. So they overcurled a little bit on that guard.
Board.
Girl there. They gave you like a little bit more.
So they're going to play, I believe,
like the throw.
board weight, out turn, just try and hit, and
A little less.
So we couldn't sweep at all.
Yeah, that's
It's great that we got the players mic'd up. We can hear some of their strategy, how they're communicating.
And we'll try as best we can to, when they are talking, not for us not to talk plain, so we get some insight into what they're saying.
Hard!
Looks really close.
Hard!
Looks good.
Roll it.
Nice shot by Caitlin Schneider. We'll hit and roll.
Good sweep.
Like an ideal world, they would like to roll way out to the outside because it makes the hit and roll underneath a little bit easier where they roll to, but still a very good shot by Caitlin. Blaine, you've been in Penticton now for over 20 years?
25 years now.
25 years. I just moved from Saskatchewan. I moved here just over 2 years ago. Do you know a little bit of a history on this curling club? When it was built? And
I don't know when it was built. I believe it was in the 80s.
Okay.
At some point. No, I'm sorry. I don't know when it was built.
Yeah, it's a very nice curling rink and great location in Penticton, right by the South Okanagan Events Center, where the Penticton V's play. Their hockey team, Penticton V's, as some may know, is playing in the WHL this year and had a great start to the season. It's nice to see a city like Penticton having a WHL team.
We have 6 sheets of ice here. We've hosted many events, big events, and we know all the curlers that come to Penticton are usually very happy with the ice.
I think it would just be above the.
It's always quick and curl, and our ice maker Chris Jones does a great job with that.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we should also give a shout out to the event organizers, and Chris Jones is the ice maker; he's involved in it, but Kathy Jones is one of the key organizers, and Dean Larson has joined on this year to help with the organization. So thanks to them, because without people that are volunteering their time to do it, an event like this wouldn't take place. It takes a lot of volunteers.
It takes an army of volunteers to put on an event like this.
It does.
Drivers, camera crew, commentators, ice crew.
Parking lot attendants, commentators, as you mentioned.
Big thank you to all those people.
Yeah, I would say Blaine probably takes more volunteers than there is curlers.
Yeah, what do we have? 96 curlers or something like that?
Probably a little less ice. I like that throw, right? It's getting a bit of finish at the end, though.
It looks fast.
It'd be interesting if we get that curl, maybe.
Just hearing BJ talk about, we're getting finish at the end, so he's saying that it's running pretty straight, but you will get that finish at the end. So it's weight control. If you overthrow something, you're probably not going to get a lot of finish at the end, but if you throw the right weight, you will get that finish. Evan Van Amsterdam trying to play the hit and roll. Taking center of the rock here. Now this is one that it's going to be very close to getting the roll here.
It over there.
It's going to be very close.
Nice shot.
Great shot. May have overrolled a little bit.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, which it did.
Actually kind of finished hard at the end.
They maybe overcarved that one.
Yeah, they did. I think after a number of times where you see where you're under curling, then you're more prone to try to get it to curl, and that time there they just carved it too much and rolled out into the open. So this will be a blank attempt for BJ Neufeld.
You might be able to see a quarter of that rock from the house there. But
yeah, I'd say quarter or even more. Yeah, maybe quarter to a half lane. And looks very good. So at the end of 3, it is there's no score. We've had three blank ends. So we will go to the 4th, and I think you'll see a lot more rocks in play. I think with the 4th end, in particular with BJ Neufeld, teams will be monitoring the ends, and with a fourth end, typically when you have hammer, you want to score on the even ends. Your odds of winning are really increased if you score on the even ends. So I think you'll see BJ be quite a bit more aggressive on going to the wings and getting some corner guards up here.
Yeah, Kelly, as you look around the other 5 sheets in play here, most of the teams have quite a few rocks in play.
Mm-hmm.
Just this particular game, nobody's maybe they're not still very comfortable, or just a strategy that they're playing it pretty simple.
Right. Well, I think there has been opportunities to hit and roll under guards or get fully under guards, and they just haven't quite done it. So I think that's ended up simplifying the game quite a bit. But as I've mentioned a couple times, I think with the caliber of these teams, they'll adjust, and I think you'll see a lot more rocks in play as we go on. So we have Parker Conchu. They're just for the Amsterdam team. They're throwing the center guard, out-turned center guard. And Evan wants this halfway to tight, which is exactly what they have.
Kelly, I'm not sure if they're playing the no-tick.
On the center line?
No-tick.
Yeah, I don't know that playing.
They are? Yes, they are playing the no-tick. So with the rock on the center line, they can't remove that or move it off the center line.
Right.
What was your blank count that one game?
Yeah, just keep making a curl.
And Connor Nev again, they're just throwing the corner guard.
Keep going.
One more.
Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, that's a good throw, Con. Too much ice.
Yeah. As BJ mentioned, too much ice, because they would like that quite a bit wider. You see the dots on the ice just by the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. They would like that rock out to the dot. It's too close to the center line. So, as BJ mentioned, Connor threw it well, just too much ice. And now we'll see Parker Conchu try to go around
Good. Girl.
this center guard. Weight looks good, Blaine.
Yeah, you're good.
Trying
Just trying
to
to carve
carve it over?
Yeah, trying to get it in.
Again, there'll be a little bit of late movement, but that one doesn't seem to be
Yeah, this out-turn.
pretty straight.
This side over there has been pretty straight.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you're hearing the skip say quite a bit, Blaine. My fault. I think they're
Not tight.
guys are throwing them pretty good. They're just maybe still not quite picking up on the straightness of the ice right now. So
Still a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
Slid maybe a little bit further than they'd like. They would have liked that in front of the tee line.
yeah, I think they were just trying to carve it to get it underneath.
Gives BJ an opportunity
Line's
to
good.
freeze to that.
Bit of room. Line's good. You can wait. Line's good.
Sweepers like the weight.
Line's good.
BJ
Easy.
likes the line.
Easy. Needs to curl for to it. Needs to stop.
BJ doing a good job of
Yeah, very good
communicating to his front end there where the rock's at. Just a little heavy.
It's a great weight.
So one thing you notice between the good teams and maybe the I don't want to say bad teams, but more the club teams or the average teams is communication. The sweepers, the person holding the broom communicating what the line's like, and then the sweepers on the other side communicating what the weight's like, because if the person holding the broom doesn't know what the weight is on a shot like that, it's a totally different line call.
Their ability to judge the weight out of the thrower's hand is very good.
Yeah. This one's way out there too, Blaine. Weight looks great.
Yeah.
They're just trying to play the freeze.
Go by the guard there by 2 feet.
Yeah, the problem.
That rock's
Yeah.
never big.
Yeah.
That rock is so straight.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay.
And again, Evan said I've got to adjust the ice,
Stop
meaning
button.
I've got to adjust where I put the broom is what he's saying to his front end.
Well, he did mention too. He thought that rock itself is a little bit straighter.
He did, yes.
Yeah.
So BJ's asked for a freeze right down into that pocket, out-turn freeze.
Yeah. Low.
Keep an eye on the weight too, and sometimes ice,
Bit of
as
room.
the game goes on, can get a little bit heavier,
Bit of
especially
room.
down the middle path.
Starting to fudge
got
a bit.
room.
there
Yeah,
in
it
the
starts to
later
fudge.
ends.
I think it's a bit too early for that. I think we're only in the fourth end, but I think once
Whoa.
we get to the sixth, it might start.
So then Evan keeps seeing them back to
It
back.
might start
But it's
in the
just
4
not
foot
too hard.
path. Start to
The sweepers really never touched that rock
No.
until the front of the house.
yeah.
That's 15-2.
Pretty good position though for Carruthers with the hammer.
Yeah.
Tap it on the
Cut the broom a little bit, but not enough. I thought you threw that
or
pretty
that,
good.
yeah.
A lot of compliments from
Yeah,
the skip on the way their
plan B.
players are
Very nice.
are throwing the rock. It's more just a matter of getting the broom in the right spot right now. And for the most part, it seems like the weight they're throwing is good too.
I thought you figured.
So Evan, he's called for just a quiet hit and roll. He knows he's not going to get rid of that red one,
Yeah.
but release it from the back stone. Hopefully roll on top of that other red one.
Yeah, trying to rearrange the rocks a bit.
Yep.
Wait close.
Well,
Still down
yep,
though.
yep. Gotta go.
Like back 8.
Really, really hard.
Back
Getting a little
4.
movement out of this one.
Real hard.
Yeah, keep going.
Hard.
Right to it, right to it.
Hard, that's fine.
Right
Keep
to it.
going, keep
he's
going,
by
keep
the
going,
guard.
keep
The
going.
other one. Good sweep, Parker.
Yeah, throw just a back 4 weight.
Yeah.
Comes up with a nice shot.
Just light.
Yeah,
Although 14-7 is back button, that's kind of crazy.
yeah, that is.
I think your rocks are weird, man.
I don't like that.
Well, even the 4,
You ever,
like,
you
that's
ever,
a
you ever do something
14-7?
like?
I don't think it's a cutter. I think
We'll just listen in
Why is it
to
not great?
I think
communication here
Neither
between
one of our
BJ
reds
and
roll
Catlin.
and just get up.
because that's 14-7 and a back button.
Again.
Yeah. Well, I got 15
This would be death.
But it tapped it, right?
This is really good.
Kyle's coming down to give his input.
Kind of like right here.
Blaine, I think I would, if I was a betting man, which I'm not. If I was a betting man, I don't think we'll have a blank this end. But you just you just never know, because these guys can throw a lot of weight and move a lot of rocks quickly. So I wouldn't bet a lot, but I'd bet a nickel on it. It's not going to be a blank.
I just like this rock for us right now.
One of the negative things for the Carruthers Neufeld team is the number of rocks in behind the tee line. Yeah, there's the one red one in front of the tee line, but other than that, there's just pockets big. It's not an ideal situation for them right now.
He's freezing regardless. I just think that it's too early to do this.
As we mentioned before, this is not a timed event, so they'll take liberties to discuss the shots and not worry about
I think the best
how much
spot's
time
right
they're
here,
burning up.
like half
Take
open.
one team to get one rock in good spot, and then we're just gonna blast. As long as there's no biters.
So I think what they've called is just a freeze onto that blue,
Yeah.
and maybe rub that left-hand red a little bit, move that over, and
And sort of maybe unlock.
unlock that back one.
Kyle Doring, out-turn draw.
Line's good. Room. You got room.
I think the front end,
You got room.
Connor and Catlin like the weight.
Quite a bit of room.
Now they think they need to go a bit for weight.
Bite the floor.
He's not heavy.
I got a 16 on that, Blaine, so that's
Go,
that's
go, go.
very
Line's
minimum
really
weight.
nice. Line's really nice.
You can take it a long ways here.
Shot count.
Pretty good shot.
Great spot.
What do you like?
Lots of reds to be able to drive into that blue.
Oh boy, that's dangerous to throwing a hit in there right
Yeah,
now, I
it
think.
is.
Yeah, even if I just kill this. Yeah, that blue's killing us.
This blue is killing us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if this blue wasn't here, you could just rip this and it'd be fine.
Yeah.
You'd hate to hit this too thick though.
Yeah.
That would,
They'd
that
be
would,
sitting,
that would super suck, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a quick first 3 ends, Blaine, with 3 blanks, but
It's not even that good. It's just,
a lot more decision making in this end.
Which one? What do you see? Like spin it and trying to. It's just risky. If you ever get thick. Yeah, but then they just.
I think they're
drop
talking about
flat.
freezing right there.
Then they just hit the. Then they just.
Talk.
I think you just set up a pocket where they can just do this for fun. Oh no, this is just on
Like
the
that
button.
one
They
into
make it
there.
triple. They're gonna sit 4. Triple. How?
Very good rock position
I'm
for
not seeing
Team Carruthers.
I'm not
Yeah.
seeing that.
Yeah, I think with where Kyle put that one is really is a
Yeah,
really
if we do
powerful
this, at
rock
least
right
then
now.
it's gonna be a
All
couple
kind
open
of started with
doubles,
that
maybe.
second,
long as I get
second
rid of, like,
stone
it'd
that
be nice
slid
to
just
flank
behind
it,
the button.
right? Like,
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
If that's
exactly.
and this has to go.
if that's 3 feet high or 2 feet
Even
higher,
if I
it's
send it
a
into,
totally
like,
different
this
end.
Yeah.
and slant it here into like the back there, it's fine.
Yeah, that could go.
Yeah. I want to flip a hair this way so
Okay.
that we have some doubles.
Hair high.
Yeah. Or else we guard. Or we guard.
So I didn't see exactly what the call is. It looks like they're going to throw some weight at it and run that. Are they running that blue one straight back?
It almost appears the ice they're taking. Yeah.
Yeah. And Evans just widened the ice by about an inch. Yeah, you don't see this happen too often when you don't have hammer where
This is
you're
in, right?
removing that center guard or trying to run that center bar card back. I don't think there's any perfect shot, just the position of the 2 reds right now.
Well, the third's first rock, he's looking at trying to bail himself out of some trouble
Yeah.
here.
Jeremy Hardy throwing the in-turn normal to PO weight.
Whoa! 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 Yes!
It's
They
close.
like it.
Good.
That's
Yeah,
good shot. It's-
That helps them out quite a bit.
yeah.
Good throw. You always know it's close playing when right out of the hand it's yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa. It's always a nice to hear that.
Good.
Yeah, it was a weird throw.
Yeah.
Probably just through the hole on the nose.
You're like, Adrian, I'm like, honestly, I don't
Kind of what I'm seeing.
I just want, yeah. I was like, it doesn't matter.
Much better position now. For,
Yeah.
Kind of
for
wait, Eli.
Van Amsterdam.
Forward.
Still looking at a little bit of trouble,
Or
but
hack.
if Schneider
Hack. Okay.
makes a good shot here, looks like he's going to throw an in-turn through that hole.
Yeah.
Try and release that back.
Yeah, and that blue being gone, that red
Blue.
one easy. It kind of took the brunt. of it.
Sit on the button.
Yeah. For those viewers not that
my favorite
don't
about-
watch a lot of curling, BJ Neufeld, well known in Manitoba, spent many years with his brother Denny playing on Team Mike McEwen, won a Brier playing with Kevin Cooey. He's curled a lot. He's very experienced. He's not going to make too many mistakes when it comes to strategy. That's for sure.
Green. Whoa. Curl. Whoa. Clean. Straight.
He's close to coming through this
Yeah.
hole.
Whoa. Curl.
They like
They're,
it.
they're
Curl.
liking the line.
Curl. Curl. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it.
Very nice shot.
Would have liked to stayed right on the nose. Spilling off is
Off the one.
Might have thrown a little bit more weight than he was expecting there.
Just need to get clean.
Just got
clean,
by that top red guard.
Clean. The early curl call is just, it gets too hectic.
So it looks like Van Amsterdam, Blaine, will just play a little hit and roll.
Unless you think you can get here.
Especially with a weight like half.
I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that out turn would be a danger shot.
It
if you
would
just
be.
happen to be on the outside of that. You could be looking at giving up 4.
It would be, Blaine, and that out turn has been tricked them a few times with how straight it is. So I think
Little
that's
hit
why.
and flop, sit
Yep.
on top of your own.
Yeah, even if they could just over flop a little bit so that it's lined up in here,
Oh, I like it. I like it.
so that they can't run.
Yeah.
Because if they just flop straight,
Yeah,
there
his
might be
weight's
that
really nice.
outside
His weight's
outturn
perfect.
run or outturn double for them. So if he can, he'll just like to just over flop his blue one just by 4 or 5 inches or so.
Well, BJ can get at it both with the in-turn and the out-turn at this point. So if he's able to get a bit of an inside roll and sit on top of his own.
Jeremy Hardy, in turn.
Trying to carve it
Keep
over.
going, keep going.
Yeah. Starting to get a bit of movement.
Pretty good shot.
Yeah.
It's good. Sorry, good.
I think ideally he would like to have rolled another 4 inches or so.
Same weight.
Holy smokes! I thought we were all over that card.
Oh yeah, I thought we know.
It was a good card.
Actually, if he'd have rolled another 3 or 4 inches, it might have made a slash double a little bit easier, unless he rolled. Yeah,
Good because there's no double.
hard to see.
Good because there's no double.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind
Calvin
of what we
Schneider
keep hoping
Whoa.
for. Maybe he
trying
drops
to
off and then
replicate his previous throw.
Throwing it just a back house
Whoa.
weight.
Yeah.
Whoa. Curl. Whoa.
he was right there.
Yeah, he's just looking at
Curl.
Trying to knife it over.
Whoa. Whoa. Straight. Shot.
Yeah, that's a really good
Much
shot
better
by Calvin.
line. Call. Well, I told
Oh, boy.
they just
Now
can't
it's
get
game.
that curl call early is just death. Just so panicky.
Oh, I know.
Like just gotta wait a bit.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah,
If you can get
totally.
Now the Carruthers team has options on both sides, so Van Amsterdam
Yeah, and even if
is
you
going
end
to
up
have to
running into this,
deal with. There's 2 reds and they're both in powerful positions right now, so they're
I
going to
think
have
you
to.
can
throw
match
back.
this either way.
Looks like they're going to play that one
Yeah,
red
you'll
on the
still have
outside of
this
the floor there and try to
two or
make the
3.
double, or
And we'll have a slasher.
The run is scary if you don't plant it or don't make any contact. But
Thought you
We'll
threw-
have a double still.
Yeah, I thought you threw them both good. I just
You'll
like
have two
going
doubles,
forward. I just
or you'll
want
have
to
one
eliminate that early curl call. Like just be patient with it, and
What else is there,
because
guard?
you
But then
do
he
your first one
slashes.
good enough to make. Like we didn't have to go back and forth like that.
it's still a deuce even if you throw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just yeah.
As you mentioned earlier, Kelly,
Well,
I
those are
don't
good
think
throws.
this is
Like-
going to be a blank end.
No reason to butcher it.
Just tap it
We're
back
No.
a
going
little.
to have a score in the 4th end.
yeah. Looking at a few options here. They're looking at
Well,
playing that
this one he
outturn
doesn't have as much
red
with.
tap. They're
Like,
looking
if
at
we
running the
guard this
blue
one and
one
he
straight
makes
back. They're also looking
Then
at
we
the
still-
in-turn coming down.
That
Myself, I don't see
Yeah,
the
it's
I don't see the
running into the
benefit of throwing
center.
the in-turn down there because they're still going to be able to remove the blue one with the out-turn.
Kind of nice way
It
to
might
back
touch 'em
here,
all.
'cause then he sort of he plays the run, hits it thin. The top one, this back
might
one
be a
should
weird
go on
like
to
double
these, I
hit
think.
situation.
I think myself, I'd have a tendency to throw the out
'Cause you could
turn
even-
and just nose that one on the right hand side of
Yeah, I would agree.
the
That's
button there.
There's options.
that's what I
Give-
would play
give you
too.
some options with your last one.
Yeah, I agree with you, Blaine. I think they're
Yeah,
just
exactly.
worried that
I'm thinking this one touches
it's
this one and then
major trouble
I think
if
we're
it
playing
doesn't
to
curl
play it
for
right
them. I
into,
think that's
like,
what
the
they're
seven
scared of.
first,
yeah.
but
So that's why I think they're talking about running it.
I think
I
that.
think so. And then you'll have this double if everything else goes wrong.
But I wouldn't throw anything more than back 8, back 12,
Agreed, yeah.
8.
Which turn do you get?
Keep your rock in play.
Yeah.
It looks like they've chose just to
Run it
play the
back.
run back.
Yeah. And if they had just off the nose, they could run and double 2 of those reds off.
I don't know.
Although it might go back into those ones at the back 12.
Yeah.
The shot comes with some
Not
risk.
sure what I was hoping for
Yeah.
here. I think I was hoping for anything but this. because I was kind of feeling this in turn, normal weight runner at some point. Or if you ever had enough of the out turn, you go out turn, spin.
Evan Van Amsterdam throwing the in-turn
run
run back,
there, kind of, and
trying to hit this just coming into the nose.
Throwing peel weight.
Roll it up.
Over curled.
Now there's danger.
Well,
Yeah.
well, if we throw any weight, we're losing this.
I know. Can you make it with like?
Listen in to the conversation of BJ and Kyle.
No, it touches it in most cases, I think. But we could do this.
You're gonna just have
A little weight. Just get this out of
Give
guys.
us three.
For sure too.
like they don't have an easy way to get rid of the blue without moving the red, and you might have a triple even.
Yeah, for sure. I don't hate that.
Like, yeah. The worst it's a 2, right?
Kind of like
Yeah.
3/4 high, I think, is the.
That's what I'm seeing.
You'd love to have the shooter maybe like just roll staggered so he can get rid of these 2, but that's it. You just don't want it rolling to like here, I think.
No, if you just roll to here, it's real good. Isn't it?
I don't see it rolling that far.
Well, if you hit 3/4, then no. But
Like we're not throwing it hard, guys.
I think their
Yeah,
concern here,
that's what
Blaine,
I'm
is
seeing.
where to
Like
roll
control
to
like this.
possibly not set up a triple.
So that he doesn't have any double.
If they only give up
like,
a
doesn't
double,
have
they're still getting
triple,
their deuce.
He might have a quad. Right? If I keep it on this side of the rock, then there'll never be a quad.
Yeah.
if you can find a way to get it to here, then it's for sure probably 2.
Yeah, I'm seeing this, I think.
Okay.
Otherwise, I think we're killing this.
I know. So just control weight.
Yeah, control weight. Shouldn't do too much, like there.
The hair.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
So when they're talking control weight, Kelly, they're talking throwing about a 10.5 second.
I would think, yeah, this on this quick ice would be about 10.5, 10.7, somewhere in there. I'll get a time for you, Blaine, and
3/4 high.
see what it is, but that would be my guess.
Control.
BJ's concern is about losing that back red,
Yes.
like the
Yeah.
red onto blue onto
Yeah,
red,
exactly.
and losing that
I
back
think
one.
for ice
Yeah.
there, that looks like maybe max.
I think that's the main. That's one of the
Let's shade
concerns. The other
left.
concern, obviously, is to, and he mentioned, is not leave him a quad opportunity.
We blank, we quad roll out, and then
And I think that was the danger of Evan throwing that run back. If he misses it, he opens it up for
Yep.
Yeah,
different
exactly.
opportunities
Yep.
here for BJ.
Yeah, and he mentioned that before he threw it. It did come with risk.
Hard!
BJ's rock is curling more than they were expecting.
Oh.
And it did push the red one too far. Yeah, so that was a 10.69 hog to hog, so exactly we were talking about 10.5 seconds for a control weight. And probably their normal weight would be around 9.5 seconds hog to hog.
But there's no triple or quad there that
It'll
is
drag if
going
you
to
get it
bail
that thin.
Evan out of this end. I don't think.
No.
It's going to be hard for him
Don't
not
even,
to give
like,
up
to make
at least
this
a
double,
deuce.
this
Yeah.
one's not
It's
going
very
anywhere.
fortunate that,
Should we go this way?
you know, that they did push that red one back far
Then
enough,
it
but it
jams
depends
harder.
on,
But it's wired to that back
Yeah.
back blue.
I was probably like on the verge of like down.
If he throws any kind of
Yeah.
weight at all, it's coming onto that back blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see another
Yeah,
easy double.
the hit and roll, but there again, I mean, it's hard to get anything inside.
At least a double. Like this at a half rock goes.
That
pretty
BJ's
easily.
not going to
Yeah.
have
True. You give him
a
three.
shot for 3 to 4.
yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to.
It'll touch
might
that,
touch
but it'll
that,
spin
yeah.
off.
And 3 in the fourth end,
That's
that's
fine. I think that's fine.
pretty hard to overcome
We
that
do
with a
this,
good hitting team
this
like
one may
the
not
Carruthers
be,
Newfield
like,
team.
It's so thin to,
I know.
yeah, we could just do a half.
Not
rock
impossible,
and
but it does.
get
It's
those
an uphill
two to
battle
spin
if you're down 3
And
playing
when- if
5
you
in an
hit this
8
one,
end
you can
game.
get rid of nothing.
As long as you hit that side, it'll go. That gives them 3. 3. I think it's all for 3 now.
I think the Van Amsterdam team is
Yeah,
they're just
make
trying to figure out,
it
is there
fit.
any way that we can try to get out of this with only giving up 2?
You might get lucky touching this one and it just barely skimming through, and then you're kind of hoping this hits, so this frees this one up to come through. Let's just do this. Quarter off.
Quarter rock?
Quarter rock.
So
So
you're
we'll play a
making that
quarter rock
double.
double.
And hopefully we touch this one and it slides through.
Okay.
Could go like tickle.
Yeah, Blaine,
Yeah,
even if they make the
that's how
double
you
and
end
roll
up.
out here, say if they had
You might
a
not
third
go
of a
anything
rock,
here, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
and the double's not a given
I'm good
either.
with either. Like,
These
either
two
the
blue in
check
the back are
bang
going to be
or
exposed,
the
right?
half rock, like third of a rock.
Yeah, I
double.
think,
rock double,
like I said,
you can touch
he's
that.
going to be really hard pressed to not give up at least a deuce. You know, definitely threes in play here.
Quarter.
Alrighty, guys.
I think it might even be 4 in play if he doesn't make this double.
See if we can hit like a
Just hope this top
Because
one
the
doesn't
stagger's even wrong on these. If he hits this too thick, it might just hang around the
go.
outside
I think if he
12.
hits it so thin to get rid of the top one. Fucking 2 might even.
This will be coming hard, I bet you, Blaine.
I think so. Yeah. A little push
Yeah.
extension at the end.
Yeah, this is rocket coming down here.
Gotta go. Get it.
Yeah, this is what I was worried about. If this red one hangs around, it's going to be a hit for 4.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it was.
I think.
Just the way those were staggered,
normal?
pretty tough.
What do you think?
Pretty tough to
This
get
should
rid of
be
both
pretty
those.
gradual.
You know, again, all just boils down to that one
Really?
rock in the early part of the end
Yeah.
there, sliding behind the tee line, and BJ took advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly. And they made some good
probably
shots.
bordering
They
on
positioned their rocks in good
Probably bordering
spots.
on too much with normal. I mean, I could throw this hard too.
Van Amsterdam's team made some good shots
don't
there
like
as well,
control.
but
Yeah.
they still just did not put the rocks in the right positions that was going to bail them out.
Just wondering if it's just easier to throw peel. Enough. Still like a firm right there.
Yeah. So BJ doesn't want to play around with weight. He's thinking, I hit any part of that, I hit that blue and get them moving, I'm going to get 3. If I play around and I throw something soft and it takes off on us
like firm weight.
and we tick the one that's in the
Like firm
forefoot, we're only getting 1.
Yeah.
So he's elected to play full hit to peel weight in turn. As long as he gets those back blue ones moving, he'll score 3 for sure. And if it comes up a bit, he'll get his 4.
The old Manitoba
Whoa,
tuck coming
girl.
down.
Yeah.
Curl. Whoa. Curl. Clean.
That's going to be for 4, yeah.
For 4. Yep.
Yeah, so that's 4 for Team Carruthers. So after 4 ends, Team Carruthers leads 4-0. We'll be right back.
For over 20 years, Grizzly Excavating has been the Okanagan's trusted choice for civil construction, excavation, trucking, and aggregate supply. From site prep to hydro excavation, Grizzly does the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Proud sponsor of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic, Grizzly Excavating, services you can trust. Visit grizzlyx.com.
Team 9.
Welcome back, everybody.
Okay.
Just starting the 5th end after BJ BJ Carruthers just got a 4-ender.
Yeah, it runs faster.
Hammer
yeah.
goes to Van Amsterdam with an uphill battle.
Weight's good. We're tight.
Maybe get you up to date with a few scores. Tanaka
Wade's
and
really
Howard.
fine.
Howard is up 4-3.
Yeah. Good.
Clay's over Tully 3-2. Our feature sheet, Carruthers at 4-0. Playing the fifth, and in the fifth end over on sheet D, Cooey's got a commanding lead over Katloff, 6-1. Libis over
Good curl bit.
Wakefield.
Where?
Is, I believe it's 3-0. Can't quite see the scoreboard there. And then our game on sheet F here, Cotter over Dangerfield.
No.
I believe he
It's not
Cotter
decided.
just stole one in the seventh, so that stole one in the fourth, so he's up 7-2.
And in our feature game,
14-6.
Carruthers leading Van Amsterdam 4-0. The Reid Carruthers team, skipped by BJ Nufloors, picked up 4 last end. So it'll be strategy will be for Van Amsterdam get as many rocks up front as they can, or start of the end, and then get rocks around it and try to score a multiple point, and hopefully then pick up a steal after that. So
BJ called the first 2 rocks into the house.
right.
Bring the play into the house, and Van Amsterdam's trying to throw up 2 corners, so he's got something to go around here later. They are playing the 5-rock free guard zone, so they can't remove those rocks until the second rock.
Yeah, I think BJ Nufloors, the first 2 rocks thrown by Connor Nevigan, they would have preferred those in front of the tee line. The one is just slightly behind the tee line, the other one further back.
Line's good.
It just makes it a lot easier
then,
for you
line's
if the rocks are in front of the tee line. So this one here, they're trying to get a little bit tucked around that corner guard to try and take that corner guard away. They'll
Fight
try
the
to
8 foot on this line.
they'll try to keep it in front of the tee line for sure.
Fight the 8 foot. Line's good.
Lots of room by the guard.
A little bit of curl if you can. Hard.
59.
Very quick ice right now.
Yeah, very fast.
That one was probably close to a 15.
Yeah.
It's like a hack or something.
You say 15, it's hog to hog,
Yeah.
the time it takes between hog lines.
It will, yeah, a bit.
Jason Ginter playing the outturn tap here. They're trying to make the outturn tap on the rock that was just thrown by Team Carruthers. They're trying to make the hit and roll underneath the corner guard.
It's good.
This rock's moving.
Whoa, curl.
Looks really close. Nice controlled weight.
Good shot.
Nice little hit and roll. They would have liked to have rolled fully underneath. Still getting fooled a little bit by the ice. They had one earlier take off on them. They were trying to play the hit and roll under with Evans' last rock in the third end, and similar line to that, but it actually over curled and rolled out into the open, allowed BJ Nufloors to complete the blank end. So that one there, they were a little bit on it a little bit more than they needed to be, trying, anticipating that it was going to curl more, and it didn't. So this allows the Nufloors team to play the hit and roll on the rock that's exposed by about half a rock. They can see half to 3/4.
Whoa.
Kyle Doring,
Green.
out-turn hit.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Curl. Whoa.
A downward force that Connor gets to try and keep that straight. He's right up on his tiptoes, right over top of the broom to get maximum weight on it. They've removed that easily. Now the Van Amsterdam team probably play the same shot. They just play it. No, they're going to elect to play the out-turn come around, straight draw. Or the hit and roll. I think he's given the front end a couple options here playing. I think he's
there too.
wants some input
He'll be
from them.
taking more chances now.
Yes, he's going to have to. He's going to have to. That's one thing with 8-end games. If you get hammer in the first, you win that draw to the button, and you score first. From a statistical standpoint, really increases your chance of winning that game. And with the Carruthers team scoring the 4-ender, And on the fourth end, it's going to be a real, as you mentioned, uphill battle for Van Amsterdam. Not impossible. I've seen these games. You know, you make one mistake by Carruthers, one big mistake at the wrong time, and all of a sudden you get a 3 or a 4-ender back, and they're right back in the game. So I wouldn't write off the Van Amsterdam team yet.
Could hack it or just peel the guard.
Just going to mention again the sponsors for this game, the Brentview Developments and Complete Storage of Penticton. And also another shout out to our title sponsor, Nufloors Penticton. As I mentioned earlier, this is the 9th annual Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. Great event here on the tour for the curlers. I'd love to come to town. Beautiful southern Okanagan. It's a great place to come curl, vacation, live. So I think they're really enjoying it. Out turn through the hole.
Straight. Very nice.
Just mention to our viewers too, we have 3 more games this afternoon and evening. Next game featured at 12 o'clock. And then the third draw of the day will be at 3:30, and then the final draw of the day tonight at 7 o'clock. And all televised. You can find us on Curling Zone.
Yeah, Curling Zone, or directly on YouTube if you prefer just to go straight to YouTube and go to live events, and you'll find it on there. Yeah, if you're in town and you want to come out and enjoy some live curling where you can see all the sheets at once, come down to the Penticton Curling Club. Team Doring playing Team Van Stam playing the out-turn draw down to that one in the back 4, and that was executed perfectly. BJ's just going to move those rocks around. That was one option, or the other option would be playing the red straight back and try to remove the blue.
Nice, like back line.
Just wants to release that back red there.
Yeah, exactly.
If it gets to the nose of it, it'll be hard for Van Amsterdam to score that rock.
I think Catlin's going to go down and talk to him about it. I think that maybe Catlin's thinking about the red run back. That was the second option. Yeah, he's looking at it right now. What if we run this red one just right on the angle?
Yeah, it brings his corner guards into play. I said it brings his corner guards into play. But I don't hate it. If you like that, we can play that.
Kelly, you've had a lot of experience in curling, representing Saskatchewan in the Brier in 2002.
But I don't hate it. Like, if you really like
as a lead and an all-star lead that year too.
How
much input does the front end have into situations like this?
I think every team is different, Blaine. I think some teams the front end has basically no input, because the skip and third don't want their input, and then some personalities of some players, they would rather just make their shots and do their sweeping, and that's your responsibility as a back end, is to come up with a strategy and make those final shots. So I think every team's a little bit different, and every player's, I've played on teams where the skip wants a lot of input. He wants to hear all the input, and I've played on teams where a skip doesn't want any input from the front end. So all depends on every skip's a little bit different. I think some find if there's too much input, it's too much going on in their brain, and so they don't want to hear it. So
would rather just call it.
They'd rather they want to call it, and they want to control it, and it's very dependent on the team.
Back 8 is still shot.
And I think now with time clocks on major events, it makes it a little bit tougher even for the front ends to contribute as much, just because there's not as much time, and I think time clocks are great. I think it's fantastic. I
for
hated
televised events.
Yeah, I hated playing 3.5-hour games where it seemed like the other team was almost trying to freeze you out, rather than beat you a shot making. They're trying to freeze you out. So the Carruthers team, they elected to play the run back. Catlin made a good shot, got rid of the blue. And I know BJ was worried about if they did play that, it allowed the corner guard play. So they did block off the corner guard, but there is that one in the top 12. And if they get it around, and they did get it partly around, and it's not going to be the easiest to remove without jamming it onto that red one.
It's a sliver high side, like
Pretty much has to hit
3/4
what he
high,
sees
just
of
with
it.
just hack.
In order to push it through the hole.
Yeah,
like hack.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, and this would be a situation that if he ever did jam it, then you're setting up the Van Amsterdam team for a multi-point end. So it's important that BJ gets, by that guard fair, or that one in the top 8,
Just hack me.
fairly tight, and drives that blue right through the hole.
Then I got in the hack, look up, I'm like, ah, damn it.
Taking about a foot of ice, throwing hack weight,
Yeah.
try and push it through the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels
BJ will be very close.
I'm not like that. No, it feels a little faster than. Yeah. Like every time
And just
I
keep an eye on the sweeping here with Connor. If he has to keep this straight, just watch the technique and watch. He'll be right up on his toes. Him and Catlin are not really big guys, but there goes Connor. Like,
Yeah, it looks like he's a little tight here. He's going to
he
be
is
rubbing the
very
guard.
tight. Yeah, he's all over the red one.
Yeah, the weight looked like it was pretty close to
Yeah,
hack
that's
weight, which he
very
called,
close.
so maybe got fooled on the ice a little bit.
Yeah, there's been a couple on that spot, Blaine, that have taken off. I mentioned earlier the one where Evan was trying to play that hit and roll underneath and prevent BJ from getting the blank, and it over curled and left him, almost a half a lock. Then BJ threw the intern blank. So they've got fooled a couple times in that spot.
Seeing if there's a way to make it get either of them out. But
And BJ was talking with Kyle and the rest of the team in between ends about, let's not jump any rocks. And what he means by that is don't start sweeping right out of my hand, out of anybody's hand, because we want to give the rock a chance to start curling because they've been missing too much on the broom side. So I think that was one spot where maybe you could have hit it early and you probably weren't going to hurt yourself. But now Evan's trying to figure out, where do I put this where I don't leave him a double?
8 foot and deeper than that.
You could play the out turn around that corner again.
A good shot might be to throw an
I don't think
in-turn
so.
to
He
the
just
edge
hit
of the
one.
forefoot,
Yeah.
on T-line, so that if he
could do
plays a
that.
double, that, a good chance he's going to get the jam.
Yeah. They're talking hit and roll. I don't care for the hit and roll that much, but it is an option, obviously. Any of these shots are there's no probably wrong shot here as long as you position it and put it in the right spot.
You could also
Right.
just draw it here.
You play that intern draw and you happen to put it in the right spot, it's great. Like right where Jeremy's talking right now, straight across, and it looks like that's what they're going to play.
Yeah, you don't have to get too far
I
over
think
there.
that's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Back T-line. Position it so that if you make the double, that top blue and has a good chance of jamming onto that back red, and Evan scoring his deuce.
Yeah. I think you just don't want to be a bit ahead of it, because if you're a little bit ahead of it, he might be able to make that double and drive it right through those two reds, that hole.
Mm-hmm.
Where if he's a little bit like T-line and he has to hit
Gotta
that
be
one first.
T-line or even back
Yeah.
T-line, eh?
Yeah. Front end, Jason Ginter indicating he's a little bit heavy. He's pointing up. Again, he's thinking they're a little bit heavier than they want.
Yeah.
14.
Sliding, and there's a lot of rotation, so that. Yeah,
that's
it's probably through the house.
Yeah, it's way.
Big mistake.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
a
he
chance
would
to
like
get
that one back.
Yeah, he'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, no, this is good.
Chance to get back in the game. I'm just trying to remember, Blaine. I don't know if Evan has thrown a hit yet in this game.
Heel weight
Yeah, I like the intern. Try and get a little low.
Primarily, you know.
Mostly draws.
Or sorry, he primarily hasn't thrown a draw this game. That might have been his first
Yeah,
one.
I like the normal.
Maybe in the early ends when there was not much going on,
a little to the
and BJ rolled out. I think once he did throw a draw. But at this level, you know, even if you haven't thrown a draw, if you know it's 14.5, 14-7 ice, typically they're going to make that shot, you know, 9 out of 10 times. So that was a unforced error.
And BJ makes the shot, force Van Amsterdam into the 1 point, take a 4-1 lead, playing the 6th end
Clean it.
Yeah.
with hammer.
There's Connor going. Both his feet almost come right off the ice.
Good sweep.
There is ways nowadays, Blaine, that they can test downforce. So some of the, and I'm not sure if the Carruthers team, if they've tested their downforce, but my guess is probably yes. And that's sometimes where they adjust technique to make sure you're getting maximum downforce on the broom.
Yeah, like you mentioned, they're not big guys, but
No.
they can put a lot of force on the ice.
No,
and,
that's right. In an ideal situation, you know, you're a 260-pounder and you have great technique and great head speed, and you know that's the ideal. But not everybody has the genetics and is 250, 260 pounds, so they can get that maximum weight on there. So then any little trick you can come up with to get maximum weight. Van Amsterdam just playing the quiet intern tap on the Red Rock in the top 4 to get their one.
Well, we know your son Braden Muscowie there, who played for Carruthers and
Matt Dunstone.
Dunstone and stuff. You know, he's a bigger guy, probably in that 230 range. 220,
Yeah,
230.
probably in that range. I think
always well known for being such a good sweeper.
Yeah. I think the one guy that comes to mind, and I don't know his name off the top of my head, he plays with the Italian team, but he is...
The third for the Italian team.
He is huge, and he can sweep, and that's one guy that really comes to mind. And you think of the Harnden brothers, you know, EJ and Ryan Harnden, you know, always in fantastic shape, built well, good technique. Those guys can really manipulate rocks and put rocks in place. It gives a lot more room for error for the script. So that was a single point for Team Van Amsterdam. So after 5 ends, Carruthers team leads 4-1. With Van Amsterdam throwing first, they'll be throwing up the center guard and hoping to get as many rocks in play as they can and fight back with maybe a steal, worst case scenario a force of 1, and then get a multi-score next end.
Perfect.
I think BJ would like to keep this as simple as possible. They're going to go top 4, out turn. Keep an eye on this Blaine here. I'll get a time on this, and this is a spot that wasn't moving a lot earlier on, but we'll see what Connor can do here. See if this ice is starting to...
It seems like they're taking a little bit more ice
Line's
than they were in
good.
the past.
They
So I would think there's a little bit more movement now.
Line's good.
See
Got room.
See if the slide path
Line's
here
good.
is starting to flatten
Skip.
a bit.
Hard line.
That rock's moving already.
Hard line.
Like, going-
Really hard.
Not heavy.
That was a 16.4, so just
Coming up
under
like-
through it a bit.
I think you need to throw in that 15, 14.75,
I got it.
15 you know, for 4-foot weight.
I think 14.7 dead weight with no sweep. I
red
think
one.
you could get away with 15.25, 15.5 with some sweep.
Yeah, it does.
So that's nice ice for,
does.
you know, that's, you know, being that you and I both curl out of this club and we're used to that speed, makes it very nice. You make a lot of good shots.
Yes.
Bring your sweepers into play.
Yeah, weight control's the key. You know, if you put the broom down and the skip asks for hack weight, and if you throw board weight, makes a big difference in the line.
We're actually spoiled playing out of this club, you know, that our ice is always fairly quick and consistent. That, you know, when we go to some of the other clubs, you know, you tend to battle the ice a little bit more.
Yeah. So Parker Conshoe just threw his second rock, and He's on touching the center line, so they can't remove that. So BJ is called to remove their red route that Connor threw first and came up short, so they're just going to remove that. They want to try to simplify and keep this, keep the center as uncluttered as possible. BJ would be happy here, even being at it's a sixth end. Even scoring one really leaves him in a good position.
Curl. Very nice.
And he made a good shot there. Removed the red from play. Don't see that happen too often, but it does happen where you you throw one up and then you're not happy with where it ended up, so you peel it out just like Connor did there.
Well, he did call for that in the forfeit.
Yes, the first one, yeah.
So come up short.
Yeah.
And last thing BJ wants is any additional guards out there that he can't remove.
Yeah, they're always going to have a double no matter where we move it. They're always going to
Van
have a double
Amstel's
no
going
matter
to
how
try to
we...
put another, or they're talking about putting another guard up, but they've decided to come right into the forfeit.
Yeah.
I think they're worried about putting another one up is maybe if they don't position it right and leaves a possible triple peel. They run the long one back into the other ones and get rid of all three blues. So they're going to come right into the forfeit here.
This is 2/3 in turn for Kyle.
Perfect.
This is Jason Ginter throwing the out turn. Draw out of the forfeit. Sweepers like the weight. It looks a bit heavy to me, Blaine.
Sliding back 8 foot.
Yeah, it's probably threw 6 feet more weight than he wanted. If he throws 6 feet less, it allows the sweepers to.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered where, if that was even top four. BJ was going to double peel that.
No, you're exactly right. They would have peeled.
He wants this opened up.
Yeah, as I mentioned, BJ would have no problems even if he was forced to one here. He just wants to keep it as simple as possible and keep that center line open, so if he has to draw for his one in the end, he can do that. Kyle Doring throwing the in-turn peel.
Clean, straight.
Yeah, left his guard out there.
Yeah, that's not what they wanted. Van Amsterdam team is going to come around again. This one here they do want definitely in front of the T-line. Probably top 8, biting the top 4 is what they're looking at. Jason Ginter again throwing the out turn.
Weight's good.
Jason played with Tyler Tardy. Did he not?
Yes, I believe he did.
When they won, I believe they won 3 consecutive World Juniors.
Yeah, I think you're right, Blaine.
We're not
Sweepers
there.
are liking the weight better. Just trying to finish it.
Come over,
Yeah, just trying to finish it a bit at the end.
That one, eh?
It's 3/4 open.
Like
It is.
Double possibility there.
Can you see all of it? Yeah, just nose it with. You can throw control, normal. Okay.
So they're going to try and get to the nose of this and make that double those 2 blue off. It's going to have to be pretty tight by the guard here, Blaine.
Still got center.
I would say they're going to have to be within an inch of the guard in order to make the double.
Clean. Clean. Yep.
Callan was signaling and the weight was up a bit. A little bit
Whoa,
more.
no. Curl.
Very close. He's a couple inches away. Yeah, he was probably about 2 inches by the guard. If he gets by an inch, he would have made the double.
Kelly, I'm not sure what happened over on sheet A there, the game between Howard and Tanaka. On the scoreboard, they were playing the 6th end with Howard having a lead of 4-3, and they vacated the ice.
Yeah, I suspect Howard won, and the only reason I say that is I noticed Scott as he was going had a pretty big smile on his face when he was coming down the ice. So that typically indicates that it was a Howard win, but maybe somebody told a good joke out there, and that's the reason he was laughing.
It was a very, very tight game on the scoreboard.
Yeah. And Howard is 4-0, so he advances to playoffs, win or lose that game. Where Tanaka was 1-3, so he probably even a 2-3 record, Blaine, probably doesn't get him into the playoffs. So I think it was maybe one of those games where it didn't mean a lot for either team. Although with Howard, you finish higher, you're ranked higher, and that can have impacts on your playoff position.
Like 7/8, 3/4.
So I just was let know that Howard got 4 in the 6th end, so it was a final of 8-3 for Team Howard.
Shook hands after 6.
Yeah, they shook hands after 6.
Okay, well.
So Catlin Schneider throwing the intern peel. Actually, they were trying to run the red back onto the other one, and I think he just overcurled.
Yeah. Split center.
Throw another high guard here, or midway guard.
Yeah, that's what do that again. Once again, thank you to the sponsors. Game sponsor for today, Brentview Developments and Complete Storage of Penticton. And as always, thank you to the title sponsor for the event, Nufloors Penticton.
Line's good.
As I mentioned earlier, this is the ninth annual for this spiel. Great event on the tour for the curlers.
And maybe a shout out to the Carruthers sponsors, still Oceoco Metals, Hardline, Remax Performance, CXRO Photography, and the Granite Curling Club. So without those sponsors, like we mentioned earlier, these teams aren't able to usually travel as much as they do. And
it's so true, Blaine. The one thing that's fortunate for curlers nowadays, and depends on their level, but they get a lot more exposure than back when. A number of years ago when I was playing, the only time we were on TV is if we made it to the provincial, Global TV would always covered our Saskatchewan provincial, so that our sponsors would get a lot of exposure that way. Because when you go to the Briar, you're not allowed to wear your sponsors, so it's more when you can get on TV. But now with so many events either being televised, televised through YouTube.
High side.
There's a lot more exposure for teams, and that gives more exposure for the sponsors, which makes it more attractive for them to sponsor teams. So, it's a good development for curling, that's for sure. And people that stay at home and aren't able to get out, it's great that they can watch and follow their teams.
Yeah, so if you see one of these sponsors and they're in your local town, please go out and support them.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Van Amsterdam team is
probably
discussing what the best strategy is here for throw another long guard. Remove the red one. Freeze to the red one. I think they're talking about a number of different options.
What do you like in this situation, Kelly?
I think a guard, because I think you remove that red one, you're leaving. You're going to leave BJ with a fairly easy draw or a little tap for his last one, because yours are out in the 12-foot, one's in the 8-foot. I don't think you're going to see the chance of BJ missing a draw to the 4-foot slim. I think you need to get something, keep guarding, and then maybe with your last one, hit the red one, and maybe hopefully he misses the double with his last one. Hit the one in the 4-foot.
Yeah.
What do you like, Blaine?
Yeah, I think you pretty much have to throw a guard. BJ's going to run the guard regardless. But unfortunately, I don't think you can get an inside roll off of that red in behind your own blue.
No.
You still that, or
you might be able to get an inch or so roll, but you're not going to get much of a roll.
And BJ doesn't often miss those kind of doubles.
Yeah.
We could either.
But he does have a bit of a catcher at the back there that might force BJ to one.
Yeah. BJ's talking with Kyle what they do if he throws the guard here.
Try and
we'll listen in.
Out turn on this and just get a little low and bump it to the back of the 4-foot. The only thing with this, like with the red, like for him to hit it out, almost always going to give me a nose hit. mean, the thing is too, I mean, even if
Okay. Gotta curl a little. Gotta curl. Gotta curl.
Needs just to
Where you
curl
at?
up quite a bit to
Does, yeah.
cover that red stone or that
fine.
blue stone.
Good sweep, guys.
He doesn't mind leaving the one side of it, yeah. A lot tighter than he'd like.
Yeah.
I think they'll just play the double here now.
I think so. I like playing out-turn cross.
Yeah.
Is my thought. The only other shot I was thinking would be something like this. But you leave him a double, and then we're throwing against 4.
They rip a double, you hit set 2.
Yeah. That or we just rip the double, take one. I know.
Yeah, the scoreboard kind of dictates
It
here.
does.
I think
I'd say,
I
just
think
a
you got to
little-
play the double.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
BJ was talking about.
Yeah, I do.
You
Well,
know,
the other way,
outturn,
we're getting rid of our own.
draw back to his
Which
own
isn't the
red,
worst either, but
you know, and
Waiting
try and
scene for the-
play
I'd rather
for a
ours
deuce.
stay there, I
But
think.
Flip to the
I
the
think
Sure,
score,
gets to
scoreboard
here,
kind of
that's it.
dictates that you got to double this.
Yes.
Just a little less
Even
than
if
middle.
you take your one,
Yeah.
chances are you're probably not going to have a blank.
He's trying to stick around.
No, you're right, Blaine. I'm actually surprised it
Yeah,
took
just
that
crossed
long
it.
to make that decision, and it took 3 of them because it's you have to keep that center open. I think that's the only way you can get into trouble. So I would have been pretty shocked if they would have called anything other than this.
Yeah.
But again, I think that's what sometimes happens when there isn't time clocks. You talk and you think more than you probably need to, where your original first thought is the right shot, and that's what,
Or overthink
yeah,
some,
or you overthink
some
it. Yeah.
things.
Out-turn peel.
Curl.
BJ was a bit outside on that. Not exactly what he called, but still a lot better for him. He's really totally opened up the center.
Rolling it right to here.
He's going to be looking at probably 3. He will be looking at 3 with his last shot, but it should be a pretty routine shot.
Brutal slide.
Yeah. BJ
BJ
was
didn't
not
like the
happy.
slide.
Was not happy with the
Yeah,
slide,
like roll it to here.
which makes it quite a bit tougher to make the shot you call when you don't slide up the broom.
I know all about it.
So just talking about the teams a little bit, I was just looking, each one of these teams fill out a team profile before the event. And one thing I was just looking at, Blaine, is just the age of the team. And for the most part, they're all, in that same, late 20s, early 30s, with the exception of BJ. And I've talked about BJ's experience. BJ is coming in at 47, but so very well, experienced teams that, like I said earlier, not going to make a lot of strategic errors.
Clean.
Certainly not with the years of experience and
No.
in the games that he's played
Hard. Roll it big. Go. Whoa. Nice.
First thought would be to draw.
This looks like the Van Amsterdam team this year. They've played a total of 24 games and they're 16-8 so far. As for the Carruthers team, they don't have a win. They didn't indicate in their profile their wins-loss,
That fast stuff.
so I don't have that. As Blaine had mentioned before, some Briar experience on both teams. Jeremy's been to the Briar with Team Alberta, and Jason Ginter's been to the Briar twice representing BC.
BJ's a regular at the Briar.
Yeah. BJ really, they struggled when he was with McHugh, and they went a number of years where they didn't make it, and then all of a sudden they broke through the 1 year, and then he went a number of times with Mike, and then also obviously with Kevin Cooley, and then I think he even went once with Matt Dunstone. That was a draw for 1, so at the end of 6, well, it looks like they're shaking hands. So That's a final score. So with BJ drawing for 1, the final is 5-1 for Team Carruthers over Band Amsterdam. Well, Blaine, thanks for taking the time and being here with me today. It was enjoyable, and I guess we'll see you tomorrow.
You betcha.
Take care.
Good game. Thanks, Kelly.
For over 20 years, Grizzly Excavating has been the Okanagan's trusted choice for civil construction, excavation, trucking, and aggregate supply. From site prep to hydro excavation, Grizzly does the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Proud sponsor of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic, Grizzly Excavating, services you can trust. Visit grizzlyx.com.